We are in business there. Sweet, sweet. Who's this kid for the Cubs that everyone's been obsessed with? Is it Crow Armstrong? Big Rig, I've not listened to the Teriyaki Boys album yet. I do. You gave me two songs to listen to that I'm definitely going to take a listen to. For those that are wondering, over in our land channel watching the Guardians yesterday, we were talking a little Fast and Furious. Ended up talking Tokyo Drift and the Teriyaki Boys, who have the main theme song there. The Reckoning down with the Cubs. What's going on, The Reckoning? Thanks for hopping in. Who's your squad, The Reckoning? Who's your MLB squad? The Cardinals. Okay. I mean, you've got one of my all-time faves and Pujols back in the day. Yeah, Chris says that does make a ton of sense. Division rivals? Absolutely. We're going to give it just a minute or two more to let a few more folks trickle on in here. And then we're going to start talking Playback Studio. I know some of you even popped into chat here and were like, "Hey, looks like Playback released an update." So yeah, it's been a few days now. So those of you that have gone live over the last few days have probably noticed. Yeah, we've got a new panel in there for you all to check out. My guy Mike, what's going on at the Toronto Aquarium? Doing some touristy stuff. Appreciate you taking the time to still hop in here in chat. And just so you know, chat, I'm working with Mike. I got to get a weekly segment with my guy Mike here during the before the AMA goes off because every week he hops up and asks a killer question. So we're gonna turn that into an official segment. I've already been in conversations with Mike to do that. Astro Francis, no news yet on Premier League, although we are having discussions on that as a matter of fact this morning. So you'll hear more from us on that front here soon. Okay. Give it about one more minute, maybe 30 seconds or so, and then we'll go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and add the slideshow. There it is. Yeah, Mike, I'm excited too. I'm excited to release your segment on these weekly episodes. All right, we're 5 minutes past the hour, so let's go ahead and get started. Thank you, all my TWAP gods, for rocking with me for another episode of This Week on Playback. If this is your first time, welcome. My name is B-Tow. I work at Playback, and every week at noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, in this room, I run This Week on Playback, where I give you a sneak peek, a behind-the-scenes look at what our team's working on at Playback, and more importantly, get your feedback, comments, questions, concerns on everything we're building and doing over here at Playback so we make sure we're building with you, our creators, in mind. So let's go ahead and get into the episode for this week. The rundown today, we are, as we do now every week, going to start with our Playback swag trivia. So I will let you guys know as soon as we get to the trivia section what the giveaway is today. I think you guys will like it. Then we will get into a studio demo. I'm going to walk you guys through the new layout of the playback room. Things have been shifted around. You guys probably noticed things aren't where they used to be. So I'm going to give you guys just a recap of where everything lives now so you aren't confused about where to find all of your goodies. And I will say, there are a couple ways that you can manage your room now. Our dev team and our product team did an awesome job with this rollout of Studio. So very excited to show you that. And then, as always, we will end the session with an AMA. You guys can ask me anything, just keep it respectful as you always do. Okay, for our regular segments here, clip of the week. The clip of the week this week goes to Transfers with ADJ. And the title of this clip is Odger on Set Pieces at Chelsea Football Club. And I must admit, I do not know much about soccer because I don't really understand what he's talking about here, but hopefully you do, chat. So let's go ahead and run the clip from Transfers with ADJ. Make sure we got some good quality here.
Before score goals. Now we don't even miss chances. We don't miss chances that much. If we miss, we will score. And I set piece too. The last time I watched the game again against Liverpool, and I realized that Estevao was on set pieces. So on the left for an out swinger, what he does is that he crosses the ball into the box. But when he goes to the other side, then they do short passes. It happened like 3 times. So if just imagine the post, opponent in post. Just imagine because I have a tactical board here. Imagine the post on your left. If it's a left footed player, they can't do out swinger, right? So the out swinger, he they kick the ball. But if you go the other side, that they pass, so you can't do palmer in left foot. Then you go try cross the ball inside or shoot from there. So big up from the set piece coaches. We are defending set piece so well too. Today, before score goals. Now we don't even
So that is your clip of the week. Adjor, I just dropped his link. Adjor Talks Football, a group of Chelsea fans that are always talking all things Chelsea. That was his take on Chelsea's free sets. I do believe Chelsea's been rolling a little bit lately. And Angel, I agree. I wish I could have understood. I love all the accents from our international footy communities. And then also, again, like I just don't know much about international football, soccer as we call it over here in the States, trying to become more of a fan. And honestly, Playback has helped a ton in turning me more into a soccer fan. You guys have taught me so much by being able to pop in and out of your rooms. So yeah, shouts out to all of you like English Premier League communities who are slowly but surely turning me into a soccer fan. And shouts out to Adjor, who wins this week's clip of the week. A reminder, you guys can tag us at Watch Playback when you post your clips to socials. If you do want to be featured for the clip of the week, Adjor, I will reach out to you via your email associated with your account to get you a Playback hat for winning clip of the week. So congrats to Adjor for winning the clip of the week. Uh, on to the tip of the week. Some of you maybe have noticed, but I doubt many of you realized it. So if you're on your computer right now, I actually want you to give it a try. We've added a global search function. So if you use Control K for those of you that are on a Windows machine, or Command K for those of you that are on an Apple machine, you will see a global search bar pop up. So no more difficulty. Head into the room that you want to head to from anywhere on Playback, from any screen on Playback. You hit Control K or Command K, whether you're on, of course, a Windows or an Apple device, you will pull up the global search function. So let your community members know. I doubt they've found this sort of hidden gem right now either. So Control K, Command K is how they can pull up a global search bar to go to any room they want and go ahead and search that really quickly. So that is the tip of the week. Finally, the word of the week. The word of the week is formats. So this is going to be one portion of sort of our studio rollout that you will not see today, but something that we're working really hard on behind the scenes. And we need your feedback. So formats are, as I mentioned in a previous episode of This Week on Playback, are sort of pre-programmed, preset productions for you guys to go ahead and use within Playback. Again, our first rollout of this is sort of a version of Around the Horn, so giving you a professional style ESPN production. But let us know what other styles of shows you guys want to create. Like if you guys want to do a Stump the Schwab, or you want to do Jeopardy, or Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, or blind rankings, or lists like S tier, A tier, B tier. If there are formats that we can build for you, so you can just one click set those up and run those types of streams in a really high quality way, please let us know. So I'm going to again drop the link to our, as I feel like I do every week, to our Canny, where we accept product feedback. Please, please, please drop in your formats requests. Again, any type of highly produced stream that you've ever wanted to do, you want to recreate what Pat McAfee does, you want to recreate First Take, you want to recreate Sports Center, let us know so we can start prioritizing which formats to build first. So the word of the week is formats. Hit up our Canny link. Let us know what formats you want to see. All right, let me get a segment ready here. This is one of the most fun parts of the show every time. So let me go ahead and fire up our segment. I cannot type today for some reason, chat. There we go. Send out that push notification. And it's trivia time. The giveaway today for trivia. We are back to the sweatshirt. So you will be getting a nice, premium, comfy Playback word mark logo sweatshirt for the winner. You will be able to email me with the size you want. And as a matter of fact, if you want a different color than this one, if you want it in black or blue or something like that, you can let me know what color you would like it in as well. So, chat, get those Twitter fingers ready. The question's coming now. What percentage of revenue do creators earn from room subs and power chats? Adam got picks is the first one I saw. Adam got picks with the 70. I can't even spotlight. Y'all are typing so fast. Man, playback is epic for how real time it is. 70%. So for your self monetization features, power chats, and room subs, you as the creator keep 70% of that revenue. If you have not yet published a room subscription, highly encourage you to go do that now. And also in your room settings, check out your power chat settings. Make sure you enable power streaks. So if someone sends a power chat, we'll actually start a timer on that power chat. So before it expires, if someone else sends another power chat, you guys can start a streak. So we do see communities try to set the longest streaks on playback. If you have not turned on power streaks in your room settings, go to your room settings under the power chat section and make sure you have streaks enabled. Adam got picks. Congratulations on being our winner. We will go ahead and get you sent over your playback sweatshirt. Send me an email. I will leave my email address here in chat for you. And congratulations. Okay, now we can get to the main portion of the show. So let me start up a new segment. Our new segment is in. Was able to do that from the studio tool and it was smooth as butter. Absolutely love that. So let's go ahead and get in a little demo I made a bit ago for you all. Mm, And I think we want to zoom in here. Let me know if I need to zoom in here, chat. Do I need to zoom in, chat, or can you see it? What's going on, Lakers Ave? Happy Twop Day. Chat, let me know. Can you see this? You can see it. I don't need to zoom in. It's big enough. Thank you. Appreciate you. Okay, so as you probably noticed, as I mentioned, the UI here on Playback has had a change. So I want to go ahead and show you all where you can find everything now to go ahead and run your rooms, including what Playback Studio looks like and how you guys can go ahead and utilize that as well. So I'm going to go ahead and run this video I recorded a little bit ago. First thing you will notice at the bottom now is where you will find the stage and the remote. So in the bottom middle there, you can see I'm opening the stage. We do have hotkeys now to enable your camera and mic. So just a C on your keyboard and an A on your keyboard whenever you need to toggle on and off your camera and microphone. And there I am on stage. You can see the mic or the remote still lives there at the bottom on the right if you want to go ahead and add a TV source or a screen share or anything like that. And there's the baseball game. And then on the right, you will still also have your audio controls, being able to go full screen, and also your quality controls, your video quality controls there. On the left, you'll see that little stage icon. That's where you can go ahead and manage your stage. And this entire bottom bar you're seeing, this is really cool. There's kind of two ways you can manage everything from your studio here on the left and from your sort of pinned assets on the bar below. So let me pause really quickly. I'm actually going to rewind a bit. And go away, little scrubber bar. There we go. So everything here at the bottom, you'll notice from our studio view that I just entered, we will be able to pin for quick access. So I'm in the view selector here in the studio. You can see right now I'm looking at the room. If I start the simulcast, I will see what my simulcast looks like currently. The landscape recording will show me what my landscape recording looks like, and portrait recording will show me what my portrait recording looks like. Now, since I was in preview mode here, obviously my recording views and my simulcast view will say that I am offline. If you are live with your stream, you will of course see what your simulcast view looks like and what your recordings views look like. So a reminder to you all, in your room settings under both simulcast and replays and recordings, you guys are able to choose some options, right? You guys can decide whether or not you want to show chat, you want to show your room name, your room link, things like that. So you do have some control over what these layouts look like today. And we're only going to continue to add more control for you guys to control those layouts over time. And a lot of those are coming soon directly here in studio. So let's go ahead and continue to hit play. So you can notice not only do we have the view selector, but we also can manage our stage directly from the studio. So let me rewind in case you missed that. Under the stream portion here, we can actually navigate our stage. So we can manage our stage directly from the studio. Also, under the stream portion, we can manage the remote. We can also manage segments. So you can manage all of these things that are on the bottom bar from your full studio view if you'd like. And you can always pin them from your studio view to add them to your quick look on the bottom bar. So if you want a full sort of view of everything that you can control, you can open up your studio panel. Anything that you find yourself using regularly or needing to access regularly during the stream, highly recommend you go ahead and pin that to your bottom bar so that it's easy to access while you're live on stream. You will see we have a few things coming soon here. Assets, elements, and themes. Assets. You guys have asked to be able to have a shared library of pre-roll assets, graphics, things that you want to share amongst the creators that run your room. So that if one creator is not able to make it, that maybe normally runs the screen share or something like that, other creators can run any pre-roll video that you're doing for sponsors, any starting soon videos, which you guys have asked for a lot, being able to run those as well, any graphics that you want to screen share on the screen. So having a shared asset library is something you guys have asked for and is coming soon. Elements as well are absolutely crucial. So all of these things like overlays, chyrons, right? These other things that you guys have asked for will be housed under this element section. And then the theme section will make it easy for you guys to change like color schemes, right? And background schemes for colors. So you can actually sort of theme and skin your streams as well. So these things are going to be absolutely awesome as far as like seeing you guys be able to customize your streams even more with these tools. And then again, we will be working hard to add formats as well so that you guys have sort of like, 1, 2, 3 click full setups of highly produced, high quality streams as well. You can also manage your outputs from your studio. So clips and simulcasts can be managed here. Again, you can pin those as well to your bottom bar for quick access. And you will see we also have recordings coming soon as well. So this was actually another feature that was requested. A lot of folks said, like, what if I don't want to go live, but I actually want to use playback to like record a VOD for YouTube or to record a clip for a TikTok or YouTube Shorts or Instagram Reels? We are going to add that functionality as well. So being able to start a recording when your room is not actually live is something that we want to support for you as well. Finally, you'll see the audience section here in our studio. That's where you can manage your chat settings and your room subscriber access if you do have a room sub published. So you can manage all of those things as well as being able to pin them to your bottom bar for quick access as well. So that is sort of the quick rundown. That is where you will find all of your tooling, all of your features now. I know I saw a ton of questions popping off over in chat. So let me go ahead and hop into chat and see what you guys are asking about here. Oh, last call out actually. We do have an event header up here at the top of your studio as well. So you can also access any scheduled events from your studio too if you need to make any edits, go live early, things like that. So let me go ahead and address any questions we might have in chat. Let me scroll up, scroll up. So I am going to answer questions about Studio. I see a couple about some other features like timeouts and gifted subs. Absolutely, both features that we're working to add. Lakers app says it's kind of like the Twitch dashboard. Dan, the Lakers fan, asks, "Is there going to be support for green screens?" I do not believe that's a part of the scope right now. But Dan, do me a favor and go ahead and drop that feedback for me in our canny. That's really really good feedback. I think something that could certainly be a part of Studio at some point in time when we can prioritize it. Adam got picks. Can we add a feature to have multiple spotlights running? Can you elaborate on that for me? Like, do you want basically to be able to add sort of like spotlit overlays to multiple places on the stream? Is that the concept? If that is the concept, Adam got picks. Yes. Like when we have overlay support, yes, you can have them running together and not lose one that you have. Yeah, when we have overlay support, you will have multiple assets essentially that you can add to your stream. So it won't just be the spotlight asset. You will have capability to add more assets than just a single spotlight. Great question. Let's see here. Game Griot, yes, you should absolutely have the ability to publish a subscription. If you don't, hit us up, support at playback.tv. Just drop that email in chat. Stocks Machine Joss asks, "Is it possible in the future to record only and not live stream?" Yes. So I just showed you that record feature. That is some functionality that you guys have asked for that we are working to build right now. Lakersland asks, "Will the scorebot work for preseason games?" I assume you mean Playbot, giving you play-by-play. I believe it should be up for preseason. Correct me if I'm wrong. I see we got Kaiser here in chat. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I do think we will have Playbot fired up for the NBA preseason games. As far as NFL Lakersland, I do not believe we will have a Playbot, nor will we have a Gamecast quite yet for NFL. And it sounds like we are getting into some general questions here. So let me end this screen share. And if anyone does want to hop on stage to ask a question, always welcome. Always welcome. Lakers Ab says MLB Playbot would feed families. Great feedback. Great feedback. Lakers Av also asks, "Would they bring the ability to change the homepage to the old layout?" You mean on mobile? I imagine. I don't believe our desktop homepage has really changed a ton, but certainly mobile with the For You sort of discovery mode has changed. You're referring to mobile here, Lakers Av? Yeah, for mobile. I don't think any plans to go back to the legacy homepage. I think honestly, kind of doubling down on the For You sort of portion of it by making clipping easier for you guys, getting more creators to publish clips on the platform. Ultimately, that style of discovery is like the goal is just to get creators of all sizes some visibility, right? Through our discovery platform, our discovery page. So I do think it is the right idea. We just really need to continue to lean into it to give you guys the features to make it really sing, right? So no plans to change back to the legacy homepage for mobile. If anything, maybe diving even deeper into how we've set up the For You section. Big Rig says ability to send messages in the chat would be amazing. Completely agree. This and expanded reactions, Big Rig. I know you've been asking for so long. The team is working on so many other big things. Once we get around to like a hack week or something like that, where we can just sit down and like knock out some quick wins, reactions to messages, getting more emotes for everyone to use, and the ability to send images in chat are absolutely huge. So, my guy, Big Rig, thank you for continuing to keep me honest on this. I probably like when we get to a time where we can take a breath, we will be adding these features. They are must-haves. CJG says making it possible to schedule streams on your phone would be nice. You should already be able to do this, CJG. So if you go into your Playback app, And then if you click into your playback room, oh, whoa, my face popped up when I just went, jeez. Go over to the schedule tab, and then you'll see the add event option. So again, open up the playback app, tap into your room. You'll see you're on the home tab, go all the way over to the schedule tab on the right, and you will have an add event option. Astro Francis, if you have multiple events, it doesn't allow you. If you can do me a favor, hit us up, support at playback.tv. Let us know about that bug. We will get that taken care of. Thank you so much for bringing that to our attention. Appreciate you all, Astro Francis and CJG, for bringing that to our attention. Brian asks, any way for that annoying pop-up that shows up that asks if you're still streaming to be limited to only showing up for the host so the stream isn't accidentally ended by the viewers or folks in chat? I've had my stream ended by accident before by a member. So Brian, room members actually cannot end streams. Only creators, folks with the creator role, can end streams. So it had to have been one of the creators in your room. Also, only creator roles will be surfaced that message. So just wanted to bring that up. Also on that front, you will see us roll out what we're sort of calling Playback Pro here relatively soon in the next few weeks. So with that rollout, it will enable us to sort of reduce our risks from a cost standpoint. As you guys might imagine, like streaming costs are not cheap. So rooms being on all the time and things like that can get expensive. So we are working on a way to basically not have to rely on that messaging to reduce our risk from a cost standpoint there. But great question, Brian. Adam Got Picks asked about room raids. Room raids, I do not believe are high on our priority list at this point in time. I think a lot of other features that we need to get to. It has been a highly requested feature for some time, and we do want to allow rooms to collaborate in really like cool and unique ways. So it's something that we do need to get to. If I'm being honest, I don't think it's anywhere in the like in our roadmap for like the near future in the next couple of months, I would say, but something that we certainly want to get to, Adam, and a great idea for sure. Agreed, multi-split stream absolutely would be fire. We can get to that before NBA season. That would be sweet. But again, a lot of things happening on the Creator Studio front as well with formats. So a reminder for those of you that maybe popped in after we went through the word of the week, formats was the word of the week. We're looking to build preset formats. So if you want to create your own around the horn, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, Jeopardy, blind ranking show, whatever you want to create, Sports Center, First Take, let us know. Hop in our canny, give us feedback, let us know what types of formats you want to create so we can go ahead and build them for you. Cameo for Miss Kitty. What's going on, Miss Kitty? How you doing, love? And yeah, shout out the dev team. W's in chat for the dev and product team. For real. Like they work so hard. It's ridiculous. So W's in chat for them. Like the fact that they're building this so quickly when we realized we wanted to go to Playback 2.0 is truly magic. Like I cannot explain to you guys how hard that team works genuinely. So please do show them love. They're busting ass, quite honestly. Any other questions here in chat? CJG, this is actually something that we have talked about as well. And this is the change that we will make. So CJG says, I think when streams are scheduled, they shouldn't start automatically. I just think it should give you a notification to start your stream. Absolutely. We agree. We agree. Bane Squad asks, possible timeout feature in the future for the chat to help control spam? Yes, possible timeout feature for sure. And as I mentioned, we're building formats to build around the horn, or what we're calling around the room. We do also have to introduce some new features. Like, for example, you can get muted and timed out in around the horn. So that's a feature that we're also going to give you to be able to run your around the horn productions. So yes, Bane Squad, we do have some features like that coming for sure. Any other questions? Big rig, a blacklist for trolls so other rooms know who the problems are. So we've actually thought about maybe like a reputation score or something like that. So you can click on a user's profile as a creator and know, like, what their reputation score is. Feels a little Black Mirror-ish, if I'm being perfectly honest, but it's certainly not a bad idea. I do think that there are, on any live streaming platform, there's going to be some bad actors. So being able to work as a community to kind of like signal who those bad actors are, is certainly a good idea. On our end, we've already implemented IP bans. Of course, folks that are using VPNs are able to sort of circumvent those IP bans. So we will continue to do our part to have the most robust ban system from the platform side as possible. But we will absolutely kick around any and all ideas that relate to making sure bad actors are dealt with appropriately. Great call out, Big Rig. Astro Francis asks, can you ask about being able to link up playback to your Xbox or PS5 so that you can stream your game? So yeah, you don't want to have to use a capture card plus your computer and OBS, I imagine. Um, yeah, we can probably simplify this for you. So while it won't be something that we'll work on here in the immediate future, we have seen more and more video gaming use cases pop up here. NBA 2K26 is certainly a talk of the town right now. I think they're getting a ton of flack on socials right now. Our own guy B Souls was giving him a little grief there for some of the decisions they made. But yeah, certainly video gaming we've seen become more prominent here on Playback, and we will look to support it even more. But yeah, again, just full transparency, not something that's like immediately on our devs team roadmap as they work on some other things first. I did go over simulcast on the new layout, but let me go ahead and screen share again here, Lakers Ave, and I can show it one more time. So simulcast will also live in the studio view. It's going to be under this output section that I'll be getting to here soon in this video. So here in your outputs are where you're going to see your simulcast. And you can always pin these assets to the bottom bar of your room, right? So if you want quick access to your simulcast menus, you can see at the bottom there, I have clips pinned as well. Highly recommend any tool here in your studio that you use regularly while you're live on stream, go ahead and pin it so that you have easy access to it while you're live. I got you, Lakers Ave. Appreciate you, Bane Squad. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the love. Definitely going to spotlight that. Mike asks, any idea when YouTube chat will be live? Certainly been a feature that's been requested. It is built. We're just waiting for YouTube to. We've got a couple asks of YouTube that they just need to pull off for us to make sure that we can release it to everybody on the platform. Make sure it's going to be able to scale appropriately. But all the stuff on the back end's done. Our guy Tom, again, like shouts out to the dev and product team. Dude knocked that out so fast. So shouts out to the team for knocking that out so quickly. And the ball really does sit in YouTube's court now. So yeah, once YouTube increases our API quota, because as you can imagine, it's a lot of data that we're pulling with each message from YouTube. So we need an API quota increase, and once we get that, we'll turn it on for you, Mike. Any other questions? We do have a stage request. My fault, Game Griot. I don't know how I didn't notice that. The badge notification's been sitting there for so long, but I guess I didn't want to look down. So Game Griot, your stage request has been accepted. Come on up. Yeah, Miss Kitty in the back, just getting a nice cleaning in. What's going on, Game Griot? Welcome to This Week on Playback. What's your question?
Hey, what's up, B-Tal?
There you go. Give me one
Hold
second. I had the stage muted. Apologies. I had the stage muted, Game Griot. Can you go ahead and ask your question again?
Yeah. So I'm curious, and might be jumping the gun a bit on formats coming. I'm noticing, or something I'm building into my live streams is pretty much like trivia, like or quiz type questions throughout the
Mm-hmm.
stream. and I use it through polls, and it's fun that way. But I don't get to see like who exactly might be answering correctly or incorrectly. And then sometimes people in the chat will say like, "Oh, that was me," but wondering if there would be like a more specific kind of quiz feature that we could even use just in chat, aside from maybe a formats kind of thing. I'll submit it in Canny as well, but it's just something that's been popping up in my streams lately. So just wanted to bring it to y'all's attention.
Love it. Appreciate it, Game Griot. So, Game Griot, you've been doing some like trivia, really like hacking it together using polls, which of course isn't an ideal solution, but love to see playback creators getting, super creative with the feature set that we already have. And thank you for dropping it in Canny. So, if you also want a trivia format, something where you can basically set up a stream with trivia as your format, and we give you a like preset sort of highly produced stream that you can immediately pop in and run a trivia show, hop into our Canny and hit an upvote on Game Griot's request. So I'm going to again drop our Canny link here. And I believe if you search trivia, I imagine, I'll just double check here, Game Griot really quickly. We should be able to find it. I'm actually not seeing trivia show up. So let us know, Game Griot, how you typed it into Canny so that folks can search and go ahead and find your product feedback and hit it with some upvotes. Oh, and you've got the sweatshirt on. Let's go. Let's go. How is the sweatshirt, Game Griot? You like it? Okay. Angel or Angel, feel free to correct my pronunciation in chat. Asks, can you fix the glitch on mobile where there's no label next to your name? Like, for example, if I'm a creator, it shows the creator label next to your name, but sometimes it doesn't show it. Hopefully that makes sense. That does make sense. Okay, I see what you're saying. Is this, you said it's just on mobile, just on the mobile app. So I will, as a matter of fact, Angel or Angel, if you can do me a favor, and again, thank you all for continuing to point out any bugs you're seeing. Just go ahead and email them to us, support@playback.tv, so we can go ahead and get them recorded into our system and make sure that we take care of that. But thank you for calling out that bug. How does one set notifications exclusively for trivia streams? Is actually a really interesting call out. I'm not sure if you were like being dead serious, Big Rig, or not, but being able to have a stream category maybe where your users can opt into certain stream categories. Maybe if you're a multi-sport creator in our Cleveland Rim as example, maybe some folks only care about the Cavs, don't care about the Guardians, really only want to get notifications for those, or only want to get notifications if we're doing around the horn or if we're doing trivia or something like that. So it's actually a really interesting thought, Big Rig. So yeah, I'm not sure if you were being serious, but I kind of like the idea. And Game Griot does call out the appropriate call out here, and we do this for our land streams, as you know, Big Rig. But as a creator, you can always start a new segment, just like I did here for this week on Playback. When we get into trivia time, start that new segment, send that push notification out to your audience members so they know that it's time to get after some trivia. Any other questions from the chat? It looks like that is it. So I will give you all 20 minutes of your Thursday afternoon back. Appreciate all you TWAP gods joining me for another episode of This Week on Playback. Miss Kitty wants to say hi, by the way. We will be live next week. Again, same time, same place, playback.tv/playback, noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. Hopefully, we've got some more gigantic updates for you as our dev and product team continues to absolutely cook. This is always a blast. Love all you for rolling through and showing support. Appreciate y'all. I will see you next week.